Yo, what is up, my friends? Thank you all for joining me today. Today, man, I'm doing great. Hope you all are doing amazing because life is great and it's only getting better for you and me. Today, though, man, you read the title, probably named it, Did I Relapse After 700 Days After 2 Years of Retention? And yes, I did. Technically, I wouldn't call it a relapse myself. I would just say I released. Because when I hear the word relapse, I think of someone who's struggling with some sort of addiction. And I wasn't really struggling at all. I could have gone on a lot further. It just came up naturally. I did not relapse to the hub, if that's what you were thinking. I have been talking to someone, and I will leave it at that. But the thing is, man, I feel kind of bad because, not because I relapsed, or I guess I released myself. Because honestly, after I released, I did not feel that tired or low energy or anything at all, honestly. Nothing really changed that much. And I think that is just because after, I'll call it 2 years of retention, but really it was like exactly 700 days. I'm not going to lie. On the point I checked, it was 700 days, 730 days would be 2 years, but I'm just going to say 2 years just because it rolls off the tongue easier. So I think after all of that retention, my body is just so charged up. One spillage, I didn't really feel it. But what really makes me feel bad is the fact that, I put myself out here on YouTube as sort of like an example, not just to share knowledge, but to show people that, hey, look at this. I'm going for a long ass streak. You can do the same if you want to do so. But, I only feel so bad because it is my life. I am supposed to do what I'm supposed to do and learn my own lessons. And 2 years is a hell of a time anyways, and that is a great example to set, I think. So if you're a little disappointed in me for releasing, I'm sorry, man. It's what happened. Other than that, I don't feel too bad. I do think if I was like releasing twice a day for a week straight, yeah, I would feel the effects of that. It's just that, like I said, just all the energy I built up over this time, I don't really feel much of an effect from that. And looking back, all my streaks priorly, my longest streak being like 4.5 months, all my streaks priorly to this, I would feel a hit. Because like I said, after it happened, I was expecting to just want to go to bed right away. And that was not the case. I still had a bunch of energy. And I think a lot of the sexual energy moved around in my body as well, which is one thing that helped out in that scenario. But other than that, man, like I said, I'm sorry if some of you guys are disappointed that I released. It is what it is. Nothing we can do about it now. It's gone. But other than that, man, I do want to say because, I learned a lot over that time about myself, about the world, about my relationship to the world, and about retention. And I want to say, because, over that time I was following a pretty strict, like almost like brahmacharya type practice. The only thing that kind of broke that would have been maybe like every 6 months I would have had a couple beers, and technically that would break brahmacharya. So over those 2 years, I really learned a lot. And I would say the most important thing I learned will never make me look at girls the same. And that is the fact that recognizing the love within you, I've said this before on the channel, if you've heard it before, sorry, I'm going to repeat it, but recognizing the love within inside you is the most important thing. Not seeking love from an exterior person, an exterior entity, whether that be a hobby, a job, or whatever. You're supposed to bring that love out within you into the world, into a job, into a hobby, to another person. Because when that person, when that job, when that hobby goes away, you are going to feel that little piece of your heart just taken away from you, and you're going to feel empty. I really don't think I can get into another relationship and hypothetically break up with that person and be sad about it. My last relationship, I was not even that sad after we broke up. Because even before then, I was still doing retention. I wasn't going for 2 years, but I was doing, months at a time. So I was still learning a lot, and I was still not dependent on another person to bring out my joy. I was learning, I was in the process of bringing it out myself and sharing that with that person. And some people might think that's cold. You would not feel sad if you miss somebody. Like, what if somebody died? Would you feel sad about that? And, I would feel bad about when someone dies, it's different because when you break up with someone, they're not dead. They're alive. They're living their life. The only difference is your lives are not mixing anymore. And if your life is not dependent on that person, it is not going to make a difference for you. Because when someone dies, of course, that's sad. You feel for that person. Maybe they were suffering. It's a different situation. So you can't think of it as being like cold-hearted, lacking emotion, because that's not what it is. But even after I say all that, I do believe there is a certain level of understanding you can obtain. Whereas if somebody did pass away that you were close to, you would not feel sad. You would be of the understanding that this person, you guys shared a beautiful experience, but I am not attached to them in my life. They have been here, and now they're moving on to the next chapter of their life, whatever that may have in store for them. And that is an understanding that, like I said, I have not reached. Not many people have reached. And most people will not reach. But I do think it's possible, and I do not think it's cold. You could say it's detached, because that's literally what it is. You're detaching yourself. But it's in a certain way. You're detaching yourself from the dependency of any person. Not just a romantic person, but anybody that is close to you within your life. But anyways, guys, that is pretty much all I want to talk about right now. Can't think of much else. This is kind of all I brought into the video in my mind. Expect more videos. I know I've not been that consistent recently. That is not the reason, not because I released. I've just been very busy the past month. It might play like a little role in it, but even if I didn't release, I still wouldn't. My consistency would be shit. So man, expect maybe like 2 videos next week, and after that, I'm just going to get back on being more consistent, like the 3 videos a week that I normally do. But anyways, guys, that's the video for today. Again, I'm sorry for those of you who are disappointed. I know there will be a couple of you. But other than that, guys, stay strong. Don't use this as an excuse to release yourself. Keep going strong. There are great things out there waiting for you. Take your energy, manifest, pour it into what you love, and then beautiful things will come into your life. But anyways, guys, that's the video for today. Any questions whatsoever, drop them down below and I will answer them. Like the video, subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Share the video. If you have any personal questions you do not want to leave in the comment section, my email is in the description down below. And other than that, man, you will have a great day.